Hey, it's Michael here, and I'm on a hike right now, September 2015. I've got 21 days left in Boulder before I move back to New Orleans, and I'm hiking up Bear Peak, which is it's either this way or this way. I don't know. That may be it up there, but we'll soon see. The clouds look like they're so close I can almost touch them, and I was going to wait till the top of the mountain before I made this video, but I came across this bright, shiny, fresh sap, sticky trees were just cut, and it smells so awesome up here. I wish I could just capture the smell. I probably could if I got some sawdust here, but I just would really like to take this with me as a memory. But instead what I'm going to do is just make a video. So it's also pretty windy today, so what I'm going to do is just kind of sit behind this rock here and talk for a few minutes. Let me see if I can find a spot that may reduce the wind noise. Cool. So this may or may not work. So video today is about reverse engineering love and your life. And of course, reverse engineering has been a concept that's been around for a while. I'm sure that is not new to you. So I'm going to give basically two scenarios or two analogies, and then talk about how this will help you mend yourself. Analogy number one, or scenario number one, is I've been going to a relationship therapist for a while, and at one point early in our time together, he asked if I had anyone in my family that was older, that has been together for a long time, that I would actually like my life to look like in the future when I get older. And I started thinking about this, and it kind of depressed me a little bit, and then it also kind of gave me some insight to, unfortunately for me, my parents divorced when I was like 13, and I've seen them go through divorces. I've gone through divorces. My brother, cousins, aunts, uncles, almost everybody I know has gone through a divorce, except for my Uncle Steve and Aunt JT. So I immediately recognized that, every year when they're sending out the cards showing kind of like what they have done throughout the year and their experiences together, I've always been like, had a little spark of hope that, maybe that's what my life will look like with my future partner. We'll go on cruises, and we'll go dancing together, and we'll go bicycle riding, and have these experiences and trips and all of these things. Raise a family or not. I'm probably not going to have kids on my own, but if I meet somebody that has kids, maybe I'll be fortunate enough to experience their own children and grandkids in that way. So that's kind of like, in a way, considering what it is that you want your future to look like in reverse engineering. So another way to look at it is we can take, for instance, technology, and we'll just give TVs. We'll use TVs in this example. In the past decade, TVs have gone from huge, clunky, 300-pound monstrosities to the same size or bigger and just a fraction of the weight. And so they were 300 pounds and now they're 30 pounds. And you'll see people throwing out these 300-pound TVs that are still probably working on their curb to get picked up, because the technology is just better now. It looks better, it's lighter, and it's just a cleaner, better technology. So we can consider reverse engineering in this way, as though, imagine the first person or the first team of people that developed the new technology for the TVs that we have currently. And it probably took a long time for them to develop this technology. But within a few years, within a year or two, there were probably 50 manufacturers with this technology. So the way let's say if there was 50, the way the other 49 acquired that information is either through purchasing it or through reverse engineering, just taking one of the new ones apart and figuring out how to create your own. So this is kind of an analogy of life. We can continue to walk around as 300-pound gorillas or 300-pound televisions, and the only way, or the best way, to become one of those high-powered, crisper, cleaner working, lighter just the technologically advanced or just advanced televisions is by reverse engineering. We can try and figure it out on our own, but chances are we're probably not going to in our lifetime. If we try and figure out all this stuff, we can stand on the shoulders of giants. It's okay. And as though the relationship analogy, that figuring out how to create a more efficient, better you is much easier than trying to create a relationship by reverse engineering, because relationships involve another person, and that makes it just so much more complex. This is really all on your shoulders. The only person that you're in competition with is you. It's in your hands, and if you question yourself, well, what is it that I want my life to look like when I'm 80? What is it that I want it to look like when I'm 70, 60, 50, 40? And you actually go to these positive influencers, people that are living in the way that you think that you want your life to look like at that time, just like I want my relationships to look like Uncle Steve and Aunt JT, then it's just a more efficient path. So we can consider the 300-pound television versus the 30-pound television that's just more efficient. And well, what is it what technology is involved in that, as far as mending yourself and mending your life and creating that, reverse engineering that for yourself? And what the new technology exists of is heightened awareness of yourself. And you do this through journaling. You do this through figuring out what it is that you want your life to look like, and actually making a snapshot picture of that in your head, and making that a motivation, a pull motivation, that's something that you want to reach towards. Also figuring out ways to be more of an observer instead of a reactor when life gets stressful. And trying to implement healthy habits and decompress in healthy ways instead of unhealthy ways. The 300-pound television is one that doesn't have a lot of awareness. It's exceptionally heavy. It doesn't work so efficiently. It decompresses in very unhealthy ways. It poisons itself and treats itself instead of nourishing itself. So what you need to do is you need to figure out what are the processes, what are the things that you need to involve in your life to become that efficient new technology rather than the old technology. And the problem is that everybody is still 300-pound televisions for the most part. Now, you can find positive influencers, and I recommend reading the book The Influencer. It's got a green cover, and they talk about plenty of ways to help you motivate yourself, and why it's a complex thing, and you just can't implement one type of influence in your life to make changes. You have to implement multiple. So that's more than I'm going to talk about here, but I just wanted to kind of touch upon that idea of reverse engineering and going from there. So I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go finish my hike. I've got probably another half hour until I get to the peak here, and then I'm going to head back down to NCAR, the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, and then I'm going to go have some wahoo fish tacos and bonsai grilled vegetables. Anyway, mend yourself. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.